Hey folks, welcome once again to yet another episode of SwillinGrog's wonderful world of beer. And yes, the world of beer is truly wonderful, even in these appalling times that we're in, and my word, they are appalling. But luckily I've got my beer journey from the last 12 or 13 years to look back on, and thank goodness that, I had all those wonderful times. Yes, the current era is quite appalling. Yeah, that really goes without saying. Yes, so anyway, I digress slightly. We are here to have a look at a beer, and this one here comes from the land of the rising sun, my friends. It's a real Japanese brew. I know there are a lot of fake ones out there on the Australian market at the moment, but this is a real Japanese beer from Kirin. It's their Spring Valley Hojun 496, which comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. Brewed and canned over there by Kirin, of course, who own Lion, who produce 4X and Tui's in Australia. Kirin themselves are a subsidiary of Mitsubishi. So anyway, yeah, we're having a look at a beer that comes from Kirin that's brewed in Japan. And the can's interesting. It says Japan Craft Brewery, 1870 legacy, high quality lager. Now apparently this one is a India Pale lager, I learnt. There's actually a number of Spring Valley beers on the market in Japan, but this one that they've imported into Australia is India Pale lager. And yeah, look at that ridiculous oversized sticker on the back of the can there, or the front depending. I mean, it's just two sides to the can with the same label. Yeah, that is just complete overkill. Yeah, it always pisses me off when I see that. Anyway, yeah, it's a 350ml can that's been deep chilling in the SwillinGrog beer fridge. And I paid a pretty penny for it, but I was lucky enough to get 20% discount from the retailer that I procured this from. So yeah, I can't complain too much, and the postage was free. Anyway, I'll put a link below for you all if you're curious. But anyway, it's high time to crack open this can of real Japanese beer and pour it out to this Pilsner glass. Check out the appearance. Okay, wow. So it looks very dynamic in that glass, as Jez would say, and it's quite active too. Yeah, over 3 fingers of sort of off-white head, I would dare say. Yeah, and what a beautiful golden color. Yeah, a beautiful deep golden color. That just looks tremendous. Yeah, and it's quite effervescent too. Let's just top this up a little. Rightio. Let's move on to the the aroma. We've talked about the goddamn appearance. Okay. All right. Well, I'm getting getting a bit of caramel malt there. Yeah, smells really enticing. Yeah, there's a bit of a hop there. Yeah, slightly sort of fruity. It's hard to place what exact fruits it's reminiscent of. But yeah, very, very pleasing. Mostly sort of malty, toffee, sort of caramelly like aroma, with a bit of a fruity twang to it. Yeah. Yes. Very, very enticing. So I hope it's the high quality product it claims to be. Rightio, folks. Well, I think it's time for the taste test. Let's dive into this one. Cheers to you all. All right, well, up front, yeah, a tremendous hit of malt. Yeah, very tasty. Yeah, it goes down really smooth. Must have another gulp actually. Yeah, it's got a beautiful body to it. Some slight bitterness. It's definitely more bitter than a typical lager, but it is an India pale lager after all. When I've had that style before, I've seen them go overboard with it. Yeah, so there is some hop presence, but it's not overly bitter. But certainly more bitter than a regular lager is. But mostly it's yeah, very malt forward and lots of bold, rich malts there. A lot of sort of caramel and slight sort of toffee flavors there. The body, I guess, is somewhere between light and medium, leaning towards medium. Yeah, unless you knew otherwise, wouldn't realize that it was 6% ABV. Boy oh boy, does it go down smooth. Yeah, it's very drinkable, and heck, even at 6%, you could probably session this. Yeah, although yeah, it may hit you like a ton of bricks a little bit later. But look, it's a truly exceptional beer, very well crafted by people that really know how to brew beer. Kirin Lager is definitely one of the best lagers in the world, without a doubt. I'm talking the real McCoy, of course. I should have prepared, but yeah, I've got a can of it over here. Well, I thought I had a can somewhere, perhaps I do, but there's a bottle of it. Yeah, and again, it's got a really big, ridiculous label on it. Yeah, now that's a superb, real Japanese lager. And you've also got Suntory's the premium malts, which is equally as good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that they're so hard to track down in Australia, and all the more accessible products on the market that claim to be Japanese aren't Japanese in origin at all. But I won't go into that too much. I could really go into a rant about that, to be quite honest, and how much it pisses me off. All right, so yeah, the price point, yeah, it wasn't too good as far as this was concerned. It became a bit more reasonable when you'll soon see what they're going for when you look at the link below. Quite ludicrous by world standards, but that's what we have to suffer in Australia, because most people are just that ignorant. They don't know just how excessively taxed beer is here. They just think it's normal. Anyway, again, I could really go into a rant about that. Yeah, so yeah, the price point's not that great, but it was a little bit better because the retailer did offer 20% discount and free postage, so that made the deal a lot sweeter. Yeah, but look, this is an exceptional beer, and if you really want to try some real Japanese beers, then this is definitely one worth trying. Yeah, but you're going to have to go out of your way to get your hands on it. It's not going to be a Dan Murphy's or first choice. All right, so I think it's time that I had one last gulp of this Kirin Spring Valley Hojun 496, and hopefully some of the other variants will surface here, but I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, so let's just have one last gulp and give it a score out of 10. Alright, wow, the body on that is just tremendous. It's just, it just goes down so smooth, and look at the lacing on that glass there too, folks. Yeah, if you know anything about beer, you know that definitely means it's good. Right, so in terms of a score out of 10, it's a definite 10 out of 10, without a doubt. Definitely the best India Pale Lager I have tried. Yeah, the examples of that style that I've had previously, had quite put me off that style. But this one is quite good, so there is hope for the India Pale Lager style. All right, so that's it from me. Gee whiz. Yeah, they do give you a bit of gas, don't they, the old beers, but hey, that's all part of the enjoyment. Yeah, ask booze chugs. All right, well, yeah, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy the rest of this. And I've got a couple more Japanese beers to review. I'm contemplating doing an entire Japanese month, depending on how the reception to these reviews go. I know last year I did a Belgian and a American month, and there wasn't much in the way of interest there, so something just fell to the ground and almost felt like it stabbed me. Anyway, I'll investigate that soon, but yeah, that's it for now. So until next time, folks, fare thee well, all.